Hey, you guys. Hey, so here's flying now with our narrative writing project. We have done a lot of things, and now we are to the ending. Okay, we have a little bit of different types of leads. I get a chance to try out 3 different. Now we're going to do is we're jump to the end. Okay, so that by the time we're done with it, you have a really great beginning and a really great end. So all that's left for you is to put in that middle chunk of your story. And I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised by the time we're done with the assignment to like where you're at in the whole assignment and what is left. So moving forward, I think that it's really important to narrative writing to end way. So you want to start with the end in mind. Okay? And this, I you guys remember this story from like way back when, but called Alexander Terrible, Horrible, Good Day. Okay? And if you remember this story, it is all about Alexander and how he like just everything starts wrong. Like, he gets up in the morning, and he has in his hair. He's like everything is not going, just not going away. I, I have my own car here in front of me, but it's talking to like he didn't have his favorite cereal for breakfast. There was a chocolate in it, and so you know what? Yeah, that will solve my problem. He's talking about, when he's in the carpool, like he doesn't get to sit when he wants to in the car, and he's having trouble with friends at school, and his mom forgot to put, a treat in his lunchbox, and he goes, "Dude, you got a copy?" And he goes, "It's okay. Next week I went to Australia. It don't matter." Right? So it just keeps going through this really awful day that Alexander has, and um, he says his back was too hot. He got up in his eyes. All of these things happen. And we get to the end of the story, and that's like creepy because we're paying attention to the end. This is the end of the book. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillows that I'd keep, and the mouse and I burned out. And horrible, no, very bad day. Mom says some days are like that, even in Australia. So all the way through this book, it repeats this. I'm moving to Australia. I'm moving to Australia. When we get to the end, even though it's been like crap for Alexander, I'm like, you know what's happy even in Australia. So we kind of saw this like circular going throughout the story where Australia keeps coming up, and Australia come back, and now if I move to Australia, like I'm still probably gonna have some bad days from time to time. So we saw that circular motion coming through, which is one thing. Such an effective ending because it used that repetition to kind of help build on itself throughout the story. So, endings. You want to plan with the end in mind. Okay. So we saw in Alexander, the author used Australia all the way through the story. So if that's something that you like and something that you kind of want to model your own narrative after, something that you can keep in mind and you can use as you create ending today. Things should be interesting. We have reached the point where the end is no longer a good ending. That is a crap ending. That's a cop out, and we're not going to use that. If I see the end, I'm going to return your favorite save it. Okay, so don't do that. Your ending should have. In fact, I'm going to give you a couple of different type of endings, and you're going to choose a couple of them to focus on. So let's take a look. In fact, I grabbed 8 of them. 8 types of endings that you get to look at and go from there. So number 1, Creative ending is a question. So, not saying that you are leaving your reader with a lot of unanswered questions from your story that just leave them kind of confused and going, I don't understand why this person wrote this. Like, not those kinds of questions, but you as the author, you're asking the reader a question that's then going to keep them thinking about the story long after. Okay, so maybe you have read a story that like it didn't quite tie up all the loose ends, and you're like, man, I kind of wonder if that was really that's really how it was ended, or if that would have been totally different if that had gone that way. So sometimes questions are okay, but you don't want to leave your reader confused. That's not what we're going for. We're just leaving your reader with a question that they think about. Okay. An ending is humor. So maybe you end with a funny thought that kind of relates to your story, something that just kind of makes your reader go at the end. Okay. We have really strong humor writers in this group of kids, this group, you guys. So I know that if there were some of you chose this one, you really both. So, lady strength. Another thing that you could lose is what's called flex. Okay, the narrator story experience and then explains why they were important. Okay, that kind of goes hand in hand with one of the other ones, but we'll kind of talk about that in a second. Number 4 is a cliffhanger. So the author leaves the reader in the suspense and kind of wanting more. Like, we're not really over, are we? Like, I want to keep reading this story. It can't be done. Like, keep going. Number 5, a twist. This is like a surprise or something kind of unexpected that is revealed at the end. Again, this will one of those things that surprise your reader, and I did not see that coming. Kind of. We can have an emotional ending. You end up you're really like sad or something along those like an emotional type of ending. Then we have so these are to be 7 and 8 the issues, so it just over to it, but not necessarily 7 and 8. So circular ending. This ending circles back to part of the story. It's like the same idea or even the words. So we saw this in Alexander, where we kept talking about Australia all the way through, and that's actually how it ended. So it's a really good example of circular ending. And then number 8 is a lesson. So this kind of goes with reflection, like we're kind of thinking about some of the things that happen in the story. But if you're doing a lesson, you're going to actually focus in on that lesson that your character learned throughout the story. Like it's explained a little bit. So those are some ideas. As far as creative endings. So what are going is it very similar to 12, where you have these different types, a number of all those different types of endings. You have 3 or 3, and you have to try out 3 of them. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for the endings. This time, though, you have 8 to choose from. So there are different types of endings that we've talked about, and I need to choose 3. So same thing, you're going to choose 3, and then I have 3 boxes down at the bottom for you to type your ending in. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the Google Docs a bit bigger, a bit clearer. Slide will let me. I still think this is like the majority of my slides is for the internet. There. Okay, so here. You don't no. Stop that. Okay. Peter's still not catching up. Okay. So here that we have all 8 endings. We have all 8 endings that are listed here. And what we'll do is continue to wait. Okay. So what you'll do is you're going to highlight the ones that you want to check. Remember, you just need to pick 3 of them. And so humor, and you just when you click underline, and it will pick one for you. And then I circular, and then I hit underline, and then I actually think I'm going to do reflection for my next one. So I'm going to highlight it. Okay. I'm going to highlight it, and we'll click. Or maybe we'll just stare at the screen together. Yes, stare at it together. Well, thanks. Anyway, you underline. Underneath it, you're going to see there are 3 different boxes um, for the different types of. And what I would do here is I write out reflection, okay, and then I would type anything that has some kind of a reflection going on. So you forget what each of you mean. You can go back to the top and it has all of those definitions for you. So for ending number 2, I chose reflection, and or no, I chose humor. Sorry. And so I wrote in box number 2, and you can kind of see there, I picked something kind of humorous to end my story on, talking about like my mom was making pizza that night, and I was not going to let any dog get in the way of me and pizza. So I had to hurry home. Right. The third ending, I chose circular. So a similar idea to it. I talked about, that idea of going around in the driveway, and I was going around and around between my house and the elementary. And I had this crazy thing in between for the dog to make my way. So that's what you're going to do. Once you have finished your ending 1, 2, and 3, again, you get 3, you back into Google Classroom and you're going to hit turn in. And I will get a copy of paper. Next week we will probably be moving on. We have like one more than or 2 yet. That my lectures have finished. So good luck, guys. Let's get these endings going and action.